Good morning, West USA, and all others listening. Wanted to Oh, there we go. Let's kill that music. Good morning, everybody. This is Keith Flynn, Director of Digital Marketing here at West USA Realty. Thank you for joining us for another social media webinar, Webinar Wednesday. I think I like that new coined phrase, so we're going to start doing that, at least on my show. We are going to be going through Facebook if you haven't figured that out by now, and wanted to start off with apologizing for all those who may be listening who received several reminder text messages. There was a small glitch with Wise Agent in our text messaging service, so deeply apologize for the persistent reminders about today's class. We hope to have that issue resolved and not have that happen again. So anyways, if you haven't figured it out by now, we'll be jumping into Facebook. If you have an opportunity to go ahead and log into your Facebook account, you will need a personal Facebook account in order to access and create a business page today. And like always, if you have any questions or comments during the webinar, feel free to drop them into the box there. Your little panel on the right should have an opportunity for you to comment and ask questions. And I'm happy to address those as I receive them, and we'll walk you through creating a Facebook business page. So let's get going. One of the aspects of creating a Facebook business page, one of the big motivating factors is everybody's on it. I mean, for the most part, we still have Facebook being used as the number one platform for social media for people to connect and create a digital footprint. And so I know a lot of folks, often a lot of agents ask me, hey, are people still on Facebook? Are we still using Facebook? We are. Probably more now than ever, since a lot of us are looking for things to do. So the friend of mine the other day told me it was quarantainment, entertainment during this quarantine time. So Facebook, a lot of people are on Facebook. We're on there using it, connecting with other businesses, connecting with friends and family, staying connected to communities. And so one of the goals as a real estate agent for you and using your Facebook business page and your personal page for that matter is building an online audience and creating relationships. At the end of the day, this is social prospecting when it comes to utilizing social media. And specifically with Facebook, you have an opportunity to have a solid digital footprint, and all of your audience members, your customers, past, current, potential clients can use Facebook to vet you out, see what you're doing. Are you active? Are you in the communities? And so creating an audience and building a relationship through the use of Facebook is definitely going to be a goal for you when creating your business page. Connecting with local businesses, I mentioned, communities, potential clients, nonprofits. Your goal as a real estate agent, and as we've always talked about, is to be a neighborhood expert, the neighborhood mayor. And so like many other businesses and entities that are out there, they're using social media just as much as you are or should be using, and they are a chance for you to connect with their communities and their businesses as well. Enhancing your online marketing and listing tools. So when you're creating a post, content, any information at all regarding a listing, a neighborhood, this is a way for you to do so and share that information. Develop your online personality and recognition. This is a chance for you to discover if you're likable. And we're just getting a little echo here. 1 second. Your online personality is what's important when you're using social media. Your opportunity to find out, or for people to find out if you're likable, if there's someone they want to work with. And so again, social media, Facebook's business pages will give you that opportunity. So currently over 70% of Facebook users are logging into Facebook 6 to 10 times a day. That's a lot of folks logging in, and that's in 5, 10, an hour long increments throughout the day, whether we're in the waiting room, we're sitting on the couch, we're at a red light, hopefully not behind the wheel. We're connecting onto Facebook up to 10 times a day. And when you add all that up, on average, I saw last about almost 40 minutes a day we are spending on Facebook. That's very advantageous for any real estate agent who is looking to get exposure, you got to go where the audience is. And in this case, definitely on Facebook. 80% of users connect with brands and businesses. I mentioned on that previous slide. A lot of folks are connecting with the brands they like, whether it's Target, Costco, a lot of real estate agents connect with local restaurants, nightlife, shopping, entertainment centers. When you follow the businesses and what they're doing, you can leverage that and use that in your verbiage or whenever you're speaking with a potential client who's looking to move into a neighborhood, and that will help you stay connected with the businesses. And then, for the most part, you can leverage that and connect your business with them, and perhaps there's some promotional opportunities within there. 2.2 billion current users. I know this number is a lot higher now. We're probably at 2.5 billion active users, or at least registered users on Facebook. In the United States, I know it's well over 70 million folks who are using Facebook on a daily basis. And whether you're using it as a personal or as a consumer or as a business owner, that's a lot of folks who are using it and using and turning to Facebook to connect and learn more about you and your product. We'll cover, and I'll talk a little bit about the difference between a business and a personal page. And the number one question I always get is, if I have a business page, if I have a Facebook business page, will consumers be able to see my personal information? And the answer is no. Now, your name is your business, so a savvy user could simply do a search and find your personal page. And we'll talk about the importance of creating some privacy, checking your privacy and your settings, your security settings on your personal page. That way, should someone look to find your business page, then you can make sure your privacy is set. There won't be any issues there. So one of the other goals is, as I mentioned, is be consistent, not constant. You want to be consistent. So whether you're posting on a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, the goal is to not be constant. You don't need to take a photograph of everything that you do and comment on everything you see. Highlights. You really want to point out the highlights when it comes to your business. Let's see here. I'm getting an echo, and I don't know why. All right. When it comes to your content, what to post, blogging, listings, blogs, listings, photos, the goal is to be hyper local when using Facebook, and especially for a real estate agent, that's very advantageous for you. And so being hyper niched in your community and using Facebook to leverage that. You want to be, your goal is to have top of mind marketing. You want to be top of mind for the next time an agent consumer has a need. We'll talk about content that you can create that fills in the gaps in between the listings and all the other things that you have going on. Your opportunity to gain a following is important. Drive traffic to any of your listings or your personal page on Facebook. And then, of course, if you wanted to, you could also run Facebook ads. But that's a whole nother class. And with a lot of the changes that have come down the pipe, per our friend Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook, there's a lot of restrictions on agents now. And if you have any questions about that, we can cover that too. So Facebook guidelines. These are just some loose guidelines that I put together for you guys that I usually share with all of our agents on things to be aware of when you're using Facebook. Now, as I mentioned, be consistent, not constant. Try not to share anything political, religious, controversial content, even on your personal page. You, as an agent, do have a code of ethics that you have to adhere to. And so one of the challenges is we've had a few instances in the past where, agents have shared, and have beliefs. And of course, you're entitled to those, but you need to be mindful of what you say or what you do. If anything you were to put out there was to be considered discriminatory, it could come back and bite you. And so that's why we always say be very cautious, be very positive, and mindful of what you're posting, not only on your business page, but also on your personal page. The goal is to, interact, engage with your sphere. It's a two-way street. We got to give and take. So if you're going to post and comment and share, be mindful of all the other businesses owners out there and engage them in conversation. Again, building a relationship, and you can only do that when you're actually engaging in conversations with your clients and other businesses. And of course, don't be afraid to comment like or share your content. As we do with all of our webinars, we will record these and then post these later onto our business pages and our close page. And if you feel the need or would like to comment or share, I'll be sure to jump in there and follow up with you and answer any questions you may have. So we're going to find the mouse here that I've just lost. So 1 second. Righty. All right, let's get out of here. And here we go. I'm going to jump into a live environment now. We're going to head over to Facebook. And if you haven't done so already, if you want to follow along, by all means, please do. I hope the goal for you here today is to create a business page. If you already have a business page, no worries. You do not need to create a second one. Trust me, I've seen several agents with 4 or 5 of them because each time they attend a class, they create a new business page. Stick with the one you have. I will show you where you can make any edits to that business page should you need to make any changes. Of course, once you create a business page, you can make several changes to it regarding content, and I'll show you where that lives. For those of us who are here to create a new business page moving forward, from anywhere on your Facebook page when you first log in, you can always find some of the same navigation at the top. Never moves. It's always there. Of course, you got your, when you log in, there's your personal page. There's your profile of your personal page here and your first name, the home tab next to it, and then create. That is where we're going to create a business page. And when you click on the create tab, you'll notice that there are several things that you can create. Page, ad, group, event, market listing, fundraiser. Those first 3, 4 are going to be the most important for you. The first one there at the top, creating a page, that's the one we're going to navigate to, but I just wanted to highlight some of the other options you have as well. If you ever needed to create an event for your business page, I'm sure you can think of an awesome opportunity for an open house would be a great event, and we'll talk about that a little bit later as we create our business page. If you're not in any closed groups or you're not managing a closed group, I'll get into this here a little bit later too, but one of the huge play for agents now is to join closed groups, not only around interest groups or interest-based groups like hiking or arts and crafts or people into music, but there are groups for hundreds of thousands of different topics. If you look for a group within your community, a lot of groups, a lot of subdivisions consists of neighborhoods. And so I live in the Norterra area up North Phoenix. Norterra 85085 is a very active group made up of the neighbors in the community within my area. And there's over 3,500 homeowners, residents that are in that group. Awesome opportunity for you to get in there as an agent and create some high value content and start building relationships. So moving forward with creating a business page, we're going to click on page. So once you create on that create tab, and we're going to click on then page, we'll do that again for you guys. You have 2 options. You have business or brand or community or public figure. We are a service-based industry, so we're going to be business or brand. And simply click on the Get Started tab right there at the bottom. And once you do, that'll take us to creating a business or brand name. Now, per NAR and AAR, the guidelines are for you to create a business page as an agent. They want you to list your first and last name, hyphen or dash, and then identify your brokerage. In this case, we are going to create one here, and this is for the mock one for today's training. It's going to be my first and last name and West USA Realty or whatever brokerage you're at. Whoop, probably helps if I spell that correctly. All right. And category. So when you click into the category box there, you start to type the word real for real estate, and you'll see Facebook will auto-populate a drop-down menu of many options in regards to real estate. We're going to select real estate agent right there. You are not a real estate service. You are not a real estate firm. You're not an agency. As an agent, you want to select real estate agent. Once you do that, your address box will pop up. Best thing for you guys to do, don't put your home address. We don't want anybody showing up and knocking on your door, wanting to see homes. But if you do want to put your home address, there is a don't show my address right there at the bottom, and that will remove it from public view. Easiest thing to do for you guys as agents is we recommend just putting in the address for your branch location. So whatever branch you're out of, Ahwatukee, Arrowhead, Chandler, Mesa, you name it, they'll just go ahead and drop in that address for that branch location, and you can move forward from there. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in our corporate address here. And since I've done this before, I'm not going to let you do that. Okay. Oh boy, I'm just all thumbs today, aren't I? Now I have a couple of mock um, accounts, so I'm just going to put the number 4 over there. You don't need to do that. Don't put the number 4. That's just for my purposes because it's going to say that there's already a page that exists. So I've got some training pages that I've created. So I'm just putting the number 4 so I can move forward from there. And I'm going to hit continue. And probably helps if I put in the city. That's important. All right. Select your city and state. Once everything looks good, you go ahead and continue. And the next 2 questions that are going to pop up are going to ask you to upload a profile photo or upload a cover photo. I usually hit skip at this part. Let's just go ahead and skip on the first one. And we're going to skip again. And it looks like there's a third one. Oh, okay, this is new. All right. I love Facebook. Every time I teach this class, there's always something new. I could even check this the night before, and the next day, it'll always happen. So get online bookings through Facebook. They do have an opportunity if you're add in booking or a calendar. We actually use it on our main page, but I'm going to say not now. But online bookings could be, for anyone who's a dental office or nail salon, anybody that business that would take appointments would be an option. This will give you an opportunity to schedule appointments for your small business. So here we have basically just the template, a blank template of your business page. The business page you see here is going to ask you for just moving from top left down to the right. We're going to go through creating the page and stylizing it and uploading your content. Now, I haven't uploaded a headshot yet to the computer I'm using here, so I'm super curious. Whoop, wrong one. Let me get out of that real quick. Curious to know what we're going to have in the way of a photo here. So I'm going to go ahead and upload a personal photo, a profile photo to my business page. For the most part, when you are using, let's see if we can find something in here I can just use as a filler. Probably don't have anybody's headshots in here. Lots of videos of Mike eating hamburgers, though. We do a lot in the studio here, and we do a lot of editing videos on this drive, so it's fun. But I'm going to go ahead and leave that blank. If you haven't already done so, I highly recommend you getting professional headshots. It is kind of an industry standard. If you know someone in your office who's a photo enthusiast, there are a lot of us who are, we moonlight as photographers. So ask around, maybe jump into one of the closed groups. You can find out who can help you out with getting a good headshot. And I highly recommend using a headshot for your business page. Another thing to help you keep your sanity is use a different photo than you use for your personal page. That way you can easily identify what page you're on. That often happens with a lot of agents where they get a little confused. I'm not sure what page I'm on, whether my personal or my business page. So the easiest thing and the most easily identifiable thing to do is make sure you're using a different photo for your profile photo. When it comes to adding cover photos, a cover photo, this area of your business page is a great place for you to do a number of things for advertising. Whether you use a collage of a listing or a collage of maybe your last 5 listings or 3 listings, maybe you're creating some content for your business page here, and you want to use this area to maybe highlight a small business owner or identify a restaurant or any number of themes around the holidays. You can stylize and create your cover photo from here. One of the easiest things that I suggest to agents, if you were looking for a cover photo that you don't, you're starting from scratch, you can always steal one of the cover photos from West USA's main business page. We update our cover photo quite often regarding or around holidays, any number of different topics. The easiest thing for you to do is when you're on our main business page here, if you look on the left-hand side of the navigation under photos, just go ahead and click on that photos tab and then look for the cover photo album right here, cover photo album. When you click on that cover photo album, that'll take you into all of our cover photos that we've used from the standpoint of the brokerage. And if you see something that you like, you can go ahead and click on it and expand it. Now, we just got out of March. Happy April Fools, everybody. The March profile photo we had, or the cover photo we had, was obviously related to St. Patty's Day. We've got a couple different versions of that. But if you see something that you like, make sure you click on that thumbnail to expand it full size here. And then you can simply right click on the photo and hit save as, and save that cover photo to, or that profile photo to, your device. And make sure you remember where you left it, so that when it comes time to upload it, you can go back and add it in there. So I simply stole one from our main business page. I'm going to click on add a cover and click on upload photo or video. And let's see if we can find that guy. I'm going to search by date. There we go. And there it is. Double click on it and it should upload into, there you go. It uploads into the profile area there, and make sure you hit save. Most importantly, hit save, so that way it will lock in and you will not lose it. When it comes to using a cover photo, two things you need to remember: whether you're with West USA Realty or another brokerage, you do want to use their logo, and to make sure, if you look there, you'll see very small the registered R, Realtor R, the MLS logo, and the fair housing. Those do need to be on there, and that pretty much covers you when it comes to being compliant, to make sure that anything you post or any advertisements you may have, they will all be there and covered for you. The cover photos are all sized already, so if you were to take them from our page, you have no problem with worrying about dimensions. They're already pre-sized for you to use on a cover photo. If you may have listened to my webinar 2 weeks ago, we went through Canva. Again, Canva is a fantastic place for you to create your own cover photos around any number of themes. If you were on that call or on that webinar, I run you through creating a cover photo for your business page. And of course, if you didn't, that was recorded, and you can find that on any one of our closed groups or on our main page from a couple weeks ago. So that's pretty simple when it comes to uploading cover photo, not too difficult at all. Now, for those of you who already have a business page, if you need to make any changes or edits to it, under your navigation tab here on the left-hand side, you can make those changes by going to the About section. So we're going to go to the About section now and click on About. And as you see, when the About section opens up, you have your map of your branch location, or wherever the address was you entered. That should populate and show where you are located. Moving down into the About section, you will see under General, we've already created the category when we first created the page. There is the name of our business page, and if you ever need to make a change to that, you can simply click on the Edit tab, and that will open this screen that allows you to make a name change. Should you need to make a name change, just be mindful that you can only do so every 7 days, I believe. And if you do make a name change, it could take up to 3 days for them to approve it. They do this because it's just a security feature, obviously, with a lot of the issues that Facebook has had with privacy and fake and fraudulent companies. They have put in some security measures that do not allow you to make multiple name changes. So if you ever need to make a name change, just sit tight. It'll probably it just takes a few days. So that's where you can go to make a name change. Moving down, there's a few other pieces of information that you can add into your About section here. Under the additional contact info, you can enter your email address. So just click on that, and when you click on the email, you can just enter in your email address. Highly recommend doing that as well. That way, should folks want to connect with you, they can, and hit save from there. Website. If you're using website, you have a website, this is where you would enter that in. So in this case, I'm just going to use www.westusa.com and hit save. Pretty self-explanatory. Nothing too crazy about creating your About section. All right, there we go. Now, the rest of it from here, nothing really pertains to real estate. You'll see there's a menu section there. There's an edit your About section. Those are obviously related to restaurants. The edit other accounts tab right here, if you're using Instagram or Twitter, Snapchat, WhatsApp app, I mean, there's so many options here. You can add your other accounts or your other social media accounts, and they will connect in there for you. So you can see there are a number of different other social media accounts that you can connect with: Pinterest, Tumblr, you name it. You can add those in there, and then folks can find you in your other social media platforms. So that's pretty involved. I'm sure you can figure that out. If you have another account, feel free to enter that information in there and make sure you hit save. So one of the areas that I highly recommend in the About section for agents to use is the story section. You want to add your story in here. Now, this is kind of like a blog. When you click on the Our Story tab, it's going to blow up here really large, and you can add in a photo. So use this to maybe highlight or stage a shot with you sitting with some potential clients or doing an open house, walking through. Quick little sneaky tip I like to share with agents. I have a number of agents who will go to new builds, and they'll go on an off day when the new build, to get into the model homes. Obviously, they're beautiful, they're staged, they're fantastic new homes. And so go in there maybe with a friend, or if not, grab yourself a tripod or a selfie stick, and go in and stage some shots like you're giving a tour or speaking with some potential clients. Utilize that beautiful home to create some stock images for yourself, and then you can use those in any of your marketing, really. But in this case, for your About section, and then you want to title that. You can write About Me, and then give us a little bit of a bio about yourself, why you're an agent, why you do what you do, how long you've been doing it, what are the differentiating factors between using you or another agent. Here's a great place for you to talk about your wow factor. We covered personal branding last week, and so here's an opportunity for you to really put your best foot forward. Take some time, think about what you want to share, but this is an awesome place for you to add that to your About section. And I'm just going to put this again so you guys can see. And then when you're all done, you're going to hit publish, and that will save to your About section. And once that's done too, and I'll give you an example here, back on our main business page, your About section here, one second. All right, here we go. I'll show you guys what we have for the brokerage. So when a consumer, audience, customer, member, whoever it is, jumps onto your main page, right here down on the right-hand side, just a little bit down, your About Me section, what I was just showing you, shows up here. So we use a stock image of a real estate agent, a family, as he's showing a home. Recreate this shot. Do something similar to this. Grab some family members, some friends who are standing around. Obviously, they don't need to know the wiser that you're staging these, but here's you in action, doing what you do and being an agent. So if I click on the See More tab, there you go. That's the About Me section. And then we use our bio that we usually on all of our press releases in here. And that tells anyone who visits our page a little bit about the brokerage. So that is your About Me section. Want to make sure I cover everything in this section here when you're creating your business page. Let's see. Yes, it is. Yeah, Sean, great. It was a great idea. A couple agents of mine told me that they do that, especially on the downtime. If they're looking for something to do, maybe you don't have a listing, maybe you're just out of a contract, maybe you've got some irons in the fire, but nothing's really coming up yet. Go into the model homes and take some shots, and and do this a couple different times. Curate your content so that you can go to that well and use those photos when you have them. And the cool thing is too, you can also do this for a lot of historical areas of town. I'm getting ahead of myself into the content creation for your business page, but think about areas of town, landmarks, historical areas, historical homes, and you guys can document those areas. And again, using that content to establish yourself as the neighborhood mayor, as the leading authority for the neighborhood. Let me see, I'm reading this next question here. Are there any logos that don't have the old red Westwood sign on it? Yeah, actually there are, Sean. I can, if you want to email me, and anybody who has any questions now or before or afterthoughts, you can always email me at keith@westusa.com. And I actually have two versions of our logo that don't have the map, the shield on top, and I'll be happy to send those to you if you'd like to use those as well. And any version of that may work. I also have them with the registered trademark logos below as well. So I have many different versions of that, and I'm happy to help you guys out should you need them. So, all right, we've got the About section done. We've got your navigation here on the left-hand side. One of the things that I like to share, let's see if I think we're stuck on, let's get back to, all right, come on. All right, let's get back to the main page here. Facebook doesn't want to play nice today. Okay, here we go. All right, we're just going to bypass it. From your business page, on your business page at the very top, there is a settings tab. You'll see right there where it says settings. I'm going to go ahead and click on that settings tab, and it's going to take me into a ton of different options in the settings for your business page. One of the areas I wanted to point out for you with your template or your business page, there are a number of navigation tabs on the left-hand side. When you click on templates and tabs right there on the left, and the section pops up here, I'm going to scroll down. You'll see this is where you can find your navigation that lives on the left-hand side of your business page. And here are all those tabs. Now, one of the things that I like to highlight when creating and editing this tab is some of these tabs are not relevant to what you do. And statistically, it's shown from Facebook that the two most visited tabs are going to be videos and photos or past posts. So you can actually manipulate your navigation and move some of these around so they're more prominent when they're on your main business page over here. So I'm just flipping back and forth to show you guys. So we're going to rearrange these. If you see how I have them here on our main business page, I've actually moved the About tab to the top so that it's more prominent and easier for anyone who visits my business page to learn more about me, photos, posts, videos, and so on. So we're going to show you how to move those around. It's pretty simple. You hover over the tab that you want to move, click down on it with your mouse or your trackpad, and you can drag it all the way up to the top. And I'll do that with this one and reorder that so that it lives at the very top and now is under home. From there, I like to move videos or photos up to the top as well. Again, those are going to be the most visited tabs that you have on your business page. And so I will move those around in the order that I see fit. And so I just wanted to highlight those few that are visited the most. And then if you want to turn off some of the ones that are not relevant to you, like shopping, obviously for e-commerce or retail stores, you can click on the settings and then just toggle that off. And of course, make sure you hit save, and that will remove that tab from the navigation. Offers, you're not running promotional opportunities, so there's nothing relevant with the offers tab. And then events, definitely want to leave events on there, posts, reviews, service. I've seen some agents use the service tab to their benefit. Well, they just mention if they do new builds, or if they're into new builds or remodels, flip homes, you name it. But they typically leave that. I'll move the service down the bottom too because it's not super relevant. But there you go. That's the easy way to move around and navigate your or move around and manipulate your navigation tab so it is lined up how you like here on the left-hand side. So I think that's the best way to do it, statistically shown using the tabs that are going to be the most visited for you. So from there, let's hop back to our business page. At the very top, click on page, and we will get into most important thing is how do we find friends? How do we get people to connect with our business page? Once your business page is populated, you've got your profile here dialed in. You've got your cover photo. Now, Facebook's going to try to give me a little tutorial here and tell me that I should invite some friends, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So from the center of your screen, right under your cover photo there, you've got your like tab, follow, share, and then these three little dots, that ellipsis. That is some additional settings that we're going to jump into. But first, before you get going or when you're comfortable, go ahead and click on that like tab for your business page. Be the first person to like you. And then from there, you can start to share. Now, when it comes to sharing your business page, there's a couple different things that you can do to create a post or share it in direct message. I say think about the first 5, 10 people within your sphere of influence, your circle of friends, your circle of trust, anybody that you talk to on a daily basis, family, friends, colleagues, coworkers, anybody that you would love to have a conversation with. This is a great way for you to share your business page once it's created and send them a direct message. Statistically, it's shown whenever you would like someone to like a page or share some content with them, if you share it with them in a direct message or a DM, you're more apt to get them to like it or to comment or engage you in a conversation than if you were just to post it on your personal page and say, hey guys, I'm an agent now. Here's my business page. Would appreciate you liking, following it, and so on. Now, I still want you to do that, but I certainly also want you guys to jump in and create a direct message and send this to a family member, anyone you can think of. So when you click on the share tab, and I'll back up just again in case I lost anybody. From here, you're going to click on the share tab and a little box will pop up. You have additional options here at the top. When you click on that drop-down box, you'll see there's several different ways that you can share your page. Whether the default is always on share to my timeline. And when it says share to my timeline, that's the same thing as if you went to Target.com or Costco or any one of the other business pages that you may have visited. If you ever wanted to share that business page, the default would be to your timeline on your personal page. So think of that the same way with your business page. There's no difference. We're going to scroll through all the way down here to the very end under share in a private message. And when I click on that private message, it's going to open up a box and give me an opportunity to create a custom message and then select any one of my personal friends that are already friends with me on my business page. And so I can say, hey, Nick. Whoop, all right. Just, whoops, just became an agent. I've never spoken and typed at the same time. Just became an agent with West USA. Man, I'm having time. And appreciate you like my page or would love for you to connect. And if you're interested or someone you may know who's looking to buy or sell a home in the next 6 months to a year, please share this with them in addition to you liking the page. And then I would go ahead and then find that person in my friends list. And then I would send him off and send him a personal message. So as a personal message, a direct message, they're more likely to respond and then do what you've asked. So I highly recommend going through all those people you can think of that are relevant to you and your list, and then send them a direct message. Once you hit send, then you're good to go. Now, the other way to do that would be to click on share here again. And then under that box, under your share for your timeline, you can share to into friends timeline. That would be if you wanted to share it on their timeline so that it's not only viewable for them, but it's viewable for anyone who's friends with them and who follows them. So you get a little more exposure that way. It's a little more open casting out that call to like your page. Some friends will have their settings where the timeline's turned off. You can't do that, but for the most part, that is an easy way for you to get some more likes and followers on your page. And then last but not least, is the spammy version of getting some friends. Click on the three little ellipses, those three dots right there, and we're going to go down to invite friends. Now you'll notice in this drop down box there's several different options and other ways you can navigate and get to some creating content on your page. Much like the create tab that lives up here in the upper right hand corner, you can also create an ad, an event, and a group, and manage your ads and so on from here as well. So I'm going to click on invite friends. And when I click on that invite friends tab, you then have a long list of people that you're friends with on your personal page. And you can either select them individually, or you can hit select all and spam everybody in your friends list. They will all get a notification from Facebook saying, hey, your friend Keith Flynn suggests that you or thinks that you may like this page. How do you invite people who are not friends on your personal page? That's a tough one because you technically would need to be friends with that person on your personal page and get them to like your business page. What you can do though is once you have your business page created, you have two options. You can either copy this ugly URL link at the very top in your web address and then email them, text message them, however you would have another opportunity to connect with them and let them know that you have a business page. Or one of the things I did not cover, but I will do so now, is under your name right here under your business name for your page. See where it says create page username? This is much like a Twitter handle. This is a unique vanity username that only you would have. And so doing a search for that username and seeing what's available may not be there, but you can also perform a search and see what you may have. And I'll show you how you can use this to get people to find you easier on your business page. What you want to do, and I know this one's already taken because I've used this before, but Keith sells homes. You'll see that tagline, call to action, value proposition, whatever it is you want to use as your username. This case, it's not available. It's already being used by another agent. This handle, as you can see there, allows people to find you much faster on Facebook. And see, when you have a handle like this, and it's only to you, and if someone were to come onto Facebook and do a search, in this case, I'm going to go Keith sells homes and do a search. It's going to take me directly to the person who has that business page. And I'm going to filter by pages here. And so in this case, it's Keith Washington. This guy is out of Wisconsin, and he's a real estate agent. And so obviously that's his handle. So whether it's, Susie sells homes or best AZ real estate guy or Scottsdale real estate queen or boss or any of those other kitschy names you can think of, have fun with that. But the username would be specific to you. Then you can use that username and you could put it on your business card. You could put it on your email signature. You can send it in a text message. The great thing is that that lives and belongs to you, so that anyone who searches for you would find you directly. And so in this case, here's Keith Sells Homes. And when you click on his business page, I find him right away. When you're dealing with 700 other agents with West USA Realty, and then we all have West USA Realty in our business name. And if I did a search for you, I'm not only going to get a large result of my search, but I'm going to have a hard time finding you. And so using a username is going to help you with sharing your personal page and then having people find you a lot easier. So in this case, a great example of using your business page cover photo. Not only can you use still images, but as you can see here with Keith Sells Homes, he has a video which you can upload too. And so if you know someone who does some video editing or any graphic design, this is just another example of what you really can do with your cover photo and have fun with it. You explore that space and add in a call to action there. And I always use him as an example. I stumbled across him when I was teaching this class a number of years ago, and so you're welcome, Keith. All right, buddy. So moving forward, that is the easiest way for you guys to prime your social media followers, is to go out and just click on share and drop that into any number of your direct messages, and then of course post your business page to your personal page as well. Now, I have a handout that I usually give out as well. If you're interested in getting it, please email me, keith@westusa.com. It's 14 Facebook posts. They are, and I probably could have pulled the power slide up here before, but I didn't have it ready, so I apologize. But just paraphrasing what it says, when you send out your personal comments or your personal content on your personal page, there are 14 posts that will help you soft sell your friends, followers, family members, to let them know that you have a business page, because Facebook has a very strict terms and conditions, and they prefer that you do not use your personal page as a business page. And in fact, if someone were to report you and they deemed it to be so, they could actually turn off your personal page. So using your personal page for 80% of the time, friends, family, highlights of life, cat videos, whatever you want to post, that's what they suggest. I say then 20% of the time, you can reference the fact that you are a real estate agent, and maybe you wrote a post on a neighborhood, or you are highlighting a community member or someone in the area. And so you can post that content on your business page first, and then share it onto your personal page with your family and friends. So from your business page, you've probably been asking yourself, what is that blue button that says add button? So this is a call to action button. There is only one, and I'm going to say this again. There's only one on the page. I usually get through showing this and someone's like, how do I add a second one? So I just wanted to highlight again, you can only add one call to action button, but the button's pretty cool because from a social media standpoint and from a mobile device standpoint, if someone were on your business page, this button can do a number of things. So I'm going to click on add a button, and this box is going to open up. Now at this point, this is going to be different for everybody. So I'll just point you through the options, and then you guys can decide what works best for you. Number one there, book with you. Obviously, we're not a hair salon or a dentist, but if you were someone who did have a calendar and you could book content, or I'm sorry, book appointments, would be a great tab for you to use for your business page. Contact you, number one most used for call to action buttons. When you click on contact you, you can see you have 6 different options there on how your audience member can get in contact with you. Contact us, send a message. And if I hover over those options, see how the button up here in the upper right hand corner will change and give you an example of what that's going to look like should you choose this option. Call now, sign up, send email, message me. Send message is one of the most popular ones. So I'm going to click on send a message. And what that will do is if someone were to use that button, it'll obviously allow them to message you through the use of Facebook Messenger. Some other options there for you. Learn more about my business. You can watch a video, use that as a tab for maybe you have a 30-second elevator speech, or you've done a video about yourself, your business, your brokerage, whatever it is that you do. You can use that video as a way to get more eyeballs onto your business page. Learn more. There's some additional information that'll be a link that'll take you out or take them off the page somewhere else. And then download your app. If anybody is interested in using their West USA free mobile app, you can, if you haven't already done so, request a free app through the use of, go to mywestusa.com. You can request a mobile app. If you already have your mobile app, this is where you can add your app so that folks can download that app when they click on the tab. So if, just quick little walkthrough here, selecting use app and then clicking next. Here's where you're going to add the link in there. Now, for those of you who do have your West USA mobile app, easiest way for you to find that is to grab your mobile device and open the West USA app. I'm going to do that here. I know I don't have it up on the screen, but I will walk you through it. So that way you will know where to find it. And because when it says add the link, I'll show you where to go. So when you open up your West USA app, in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see 3 dashes. That is called, in the tech world, a hamburger. It's your navigation. Click on that. And when your navigation pops open there, you'll see a ton of different options. We're looking for share app. So it's about midway down on your navigation there. Click on share app. When you click on the share app, then you're going to get 4 options to, you can do text message, email, Facebook, or Twitter. If you click on text message, your text messaging will open up and auto-populate, download West USA Realty's mobile app here, and then you see where it says http://app.westusa.com, and then that code, whatever that code is, that's indigenous to you, that's specific to your personal app. You're going to type in the entire link as we see there. So http:// and then whatever that entire web address is, that will be your code. That'll actually live in your field right here. And when you hit save, then they can download and use your app right from your Facebook page. So pretty cool. Couple steps involved in that one. So it's really up to you whether you use Contact You or you use the download app there. So that is creating a call to action button for your business page. So I see we don't have any other questions right now, so I'm going to keep chugging along. We've got a few more minutes left. I wanted to highlight when it comes to using your business page, you again, all your navigation is over here on the left hand side. So if you ever needed to find some past content videos, hopefully you're are asking customers to come in and do a review for you. I get this question a lot. Agents ask, like, well, if someone wants to write a review, or I want them to write a review, where should I have them go? Highly recommend, number one would be Google reviews. If you haven't already done so, I have a class coming up later in April. It's not on the calendar yet, but we're going to be doing Google My Business, and I'm going to show you guys how to create a Google My Business account. And that basically creates you a Google listing as if you were a business, whether you're brick and mortar or you're a service base, so you service an area. Google My Business has reviews. Yeah, I know there's a lot of mixed thoughts on this one, but Google reviews index. So if anyone ever searches for you on Google and they're looking to learn more about you, the reviews are going to be there. And since Google is obviously the number one search engine in the world, well over 80% of market share when it comes to search terms. It's very advantageous for you as a real estate agent to have a Google My Business listing. So that's why I often say that's where the review should live. The cool thing about social media is when someone creates that review for you, and it's tied, whether it's tied to your Google My Business account, or it's under realtor.com or Zillow, wherever they create that review. The nice thing about Facebook is, even though they may not have done the review there, and let's be honest, I'm not going to ask my customer, my client, can you go do a review here, 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 and here? That obviously a little tedious. So what I say is, wherever they do the review, go grab a screenshot of that review on realtor.com or Zillow or on Google My Business, and then make that a post on your business page. There's no reason why you can't do a screenshot, post that up onto your business page and say, hey, like to thank, Michael P. They just, first time home buyer, closed last month. So awesome working with them. And I'm really appreciative and thankful for the review they just did. And then post that review, post that screenshot on your business page. So whether they use Facebook's review option or not, there's no reason why you can't control where that message and where that content lives. And so if you ever want to ask someone to create a review for you, this is where they would go, create your ratings, and then give additional feedback and learn more about you. So that is definitely highly recommended and a great way for you to create that content. No, I do not have any ideas on how to get reviews off of Zillow and onto Google. If I guess when you say, Sean, when you're asking off of Zillow, basically just like getting it copied over to Google, that's going to be a tough one. I guess you could probably do the same thing, because Google My Business does allow you to post photos. And as a business owner that owns a Google My Business account, we'll get into this more for that webinar in a few weeks. I highly recommend they have a posting option now. In addition to, when I say they, I mean Google My Business, in addition to consumers, traditionally when we go to a Google review and we look at the reviews, it's restaurants, nightlife, people are posting their photos, their experience, their drinks, breweries, you name it. That's a user-generated content for your Google My Business. Well, Google also wants the business owner to post photos as well. Not as frequent as you would find on Facebook, not like every day, just the highlights. But the more active a Google My Business listing is, the better you will index on a search result. So if your consumer is posting photos, which probably not going to happen a lot for real estate agents, but awesome opportunity for you guys to push content on your business page as well, your Google My Business account, and taking a screenshot of your photo or of the review from Zillow or Realtor, and then using that as a posting content would be an awesome opportunity for you as well. So hopefully that works. I think it's a good workaround, and that should be cool. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the last piece I want to cover you guys here before we wrap up. Again, if you have any questions about content creation, posting, highly recommend going to, and if you haven't done so, one aspect of creating content is called the Creator Studio. If you haven't ever accessed the Creator Studio, you can simply do a Google search for Facebook Creator Studio from the same browser that you're logged into your Facebook account. And I love this because because with the Facebook Creator Studio, if you do a search and just click on Creator Studio, it'll take you there for the first time, and it'll probably say, "Let's get started." Just follow the options there. When you get into Creator Studio, it strips away all the noise, all the ads, all the other content. Your chat, the message box goes away. You just really strip down Facebook to just a creation standpoint and to create content. So when it comes to creating content, I highly recommend using the Studio. And if you have an Instagram account, or a business account, you can link them together. And also, I love this. This is amazing. You can push content out to your Instagram account from the Creator Studio as well. And so, whether it's your posts, your IG or TV stories, you could do a number of different things when it comes to creating content from the studio. But for Facebook, pretty easy to navigate. You can let me go ahead and click on our main one here. We're going to see all of it. So you have your home tab here on the left-hand side. Just at the very top, you'll see create post. You have home, content library, all your analytics, all your insights. So how many people are visiting your page, how many people are looking at your content, and how your posts are performing. You can gauge what works, what's not doing well, and then from there you can scope and create sculpt and create your new content moving forward. And then on the creating a page post here, you could click on that tab, and you can see the number of options you have. Create a post, upload a video, multiple videos. So again, fantastic opportunity for you guys to create content around open homes, doing listing presentations, anything about a home that you may want to share. This is where you can do it. We have a question came in here. Cool. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Nancy. Happy to help. So creating a post, your post tab is going to open up, and then you obviously want to choose the business page that you'd like to post to. If you have multiple pages, but in this case, most of us have one, and you guys are probably familiar with. You've seen this before. Here's where you create your content. Highly recommend finding yourself a editorial calendar when it comes to creating content. You could do a simple search on Google for editorial calendar for social media. There's a number of different templates out there. If you have any trouble or would like some questions about one, feel free to email me. The content is going to help you out, because when it comes to creating content, what day of the week you want to focus on, highly recommend having that lead time. Give yourself 2-3 weeks in advance. Of Mondays, I'm going to talk about something positive, motivational. Wednesdays are going to be maybe about open houses or any listings. Fridays can be something more of a fun personality piece. Again, your content doesn't always have to be about just listed, just sold. I highly recommend you selecting a day of the week and then adhering to that day each week. That will highlight a community member or a small business owner, somebody in the area. Maybe you interview somebody once or 2 times a week. When I get into video content a little bit more next week and shooting smart video class that I have, or the webinar on Wednesday, but we get into more specific things you can do for a video. But when it comes to content creation for social media, take advantage of scheduling. Whether you want to schedule a couple days out or a couple weeks out, when you create your content, and as soon as you fill in the box and you upload your photo, you'll see here under publish, and then to the right, there's a little drop down arrow. You can schedule your posts. Highly recommend taking advantage of this. I know a lot of agents who sit down on Sundays. They schedule out their posts for the week or 2 weeks, and then that allows them to go do the other things that they knew to be an agent, and then their social media continues to be active, and no one knows the wiser. Of course, do not ghost and post. Be sure to jump back in there. If someone comments, likes, or shares your content, you have every opportunity to engage them in a conversation. Thank you so much for liking the content. And then put the question back on them, engage them, and start building that rapport with them, and have that conversation and build that relationship. But using the scheduling is an awesome tool for you to use, especially when you're using it and in conjunction with an editorial calendar. That way you're not worrying about stopping what you're doing. Oh, I didn't post today. What am I going to post? I need a photo for this. I haven't written anything yet. I like to batch content. So if I sit down and I'm in the content creation mode on a Sunday night or Monday morning or whatever day works best for you, you're already in that mind frame. So sit down and do multiple posts. batch your content. That way you can give yourself some lead time, and that way you're not your Facebook page doesn't fall dormant, because let's be honest, we're all distracted with other things happening going on. And so next thing you know, you forget about it. Oh, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Now you haven't posted anything in 2 months. And if I'm a consumer or I'm looking to learn more about you, I'm not going to see that you're active. And so I might move on or consider somebody else to be an agent. So again, if you want to get to the Creator Studio, just open a new tab. If you've never been to the Creator Studio, you can get to open a new tab and just do a simple search for Facebook Creator Studio. And then when you get that search result, it'll pop back up for you there, Sean. You can just click on that first result. Since you are logged into the same browser with your Facebook page, it'll ask you probably, would you like to get started? You're basically connecting for the first time. But once you do, you then have the studio there for you to connect to. I recommend bookmarking it, as I've done here at the top in my bookmark bar. Once I'm on the Creator Studio, I'll favorite that, and then it'll bookmark it so that I can always access it directly. As you can see, I live in this world, these 3 tabs right here, whether it's our groups, whether it's our main page, or under the Creator Studio. Highly recommend using the bookmarks with all your personal accounts. I know as an agent, it's not easy. There's a lot of websites you have to go to. So definitely use your bookmark tab. It's just some general basic smart use of your browser. If you haven't done so, but be sure to click on and join any one of our closed groups. When I teach this class, it's usually for our new agents in orientation. So if you are a new agent with us here at West USA, welcome. Certainly excited for you to be here. And if you haven't done so, make sure to do a search for West USA Realty and any one of the groups that we have. We have a group for every one of our main branches. In those branches, in those closed groups, you'll be happy to know that you will only be in there with other real estate agents that are with West USA Realty and our staff. Awesome chance for you to connect with your branch manager, happy hours, anything. Well, I'm so used to saying that. Probably not going to have any real happy hours for a while, but virtual happy hours. I know we're all thinking of cool things to do that we can use Zoom for, or any number of our FaceTime apps. But stay connected more now than ever, since we're not able to get there face to face or out the branch locations. Get into those closed groups and make sure you connect with your other agents, as well as your branch manager, and hear what's happening. So next week we have. What do we have? Next week is a smart video, shooting smart video with your smartphone. I'm going to take you guys through a PowerPoint presentation, talk about the gear you need. Not a lot, not expensive, but just a few things that can really elevate your social media content, and specifically in the form of video. And then we'll talk about what videos you should be making and how to create them that will really help you differentiate yourself from anyone else. More now than ever, especially in this climate. Video is going to be huge. When we get out of this, quality video that sells, video that tells a message, video that tells a story is really going to help out a lot of small business owners really get back into the swing of things when we get through this on the other end. And video is going to be a perfect way for you to do so. So I think it's very timely that we talk about video. And whether you're afraid to be in front of the camera or you love being behind the camera, there's something for everybody, and we can definitely put it to your advantage. So that'll be next Wednesday, the 8th. At 10 a.m. Again, we'll be back here. Same time, same bat time, same bat channel. Or is that back in the day? All right. If there's any questions, again, email me, keith@westusa.com. You guys have been fantastic. I appreciate all the questions. I look forward to hearing from you. And, of course, have a great day. Be positive and stay safe. Thanks, guys.